Do we have sound? Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Jessica, thank you. Here, let's move to this thing. There we go. You're so weird. There's like a weird delay in my buttons thing here. All right, let's do this. It's kind of amazing how much we accomplished in just 4 weeks. And at 3 hours apiece, that means we got all this done in about 12 hours. And it was last week that it really became apparent that this project would be finished up on the fifth week. So here we are today to see this thing to its conclusion. And yeah, let's get at it. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. Sorry here, I'm a little bit distracted. One of my things that's supposed to help make my life easier seems to be not working. I don't know what's going on. Kind of weird. Um, I think this is going to be the final. Let me bring this down just a little bit. The final day for this project because we have gotten so much progress. But before I get into all of that stuff, I want to remind everybody that we have a secret word game that all you have to do is chat. I just want to encourage the conversation here. If you say the right word, you win these two bracelets. One was made by me, the other was made by Minute Craft. They are pretty awesome, I think. So it's a chance to win them. Um, let's see. I am joined by my lovely wife, Mandy. And yeah, tonight we're gonna get this bag done. So I'm pretty excited about it. Um, and I gotta hang on. Give me a second while I figure out where I am on the pattern because um, I kind of lost track. Oh, right. I think I see it. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, let's get into this. So like, we have somebody new here from Texas. That's pretty awesome. I we Mandy and I have a friend who lived in Singapore for a little while, who now lives in Texas. I don't remember where in Texas though. Do you remember? Is that near Austin, I think? I don't remember. But yeah, we have a friend in Texas who I guess she really likes it there. I mean, we've kind of talked about it a little bit. There were some aspects of the heat and stuff that she doesn't like, and I'm like, well, why not move? Somewhere where maybe the summers aren't quite so brutal. But seems to be like the only place that she really knows, and she likes it. Of course, she liked it here in Singapore, so I met her from back when Google had its own social um, whatever web page thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know very little about Texas. I've only passed through once, and it was like a bus ride from Detroit to California. And I don't know why we passed through Texas, but we did. And it seemed like we were in Texas forever. And the area of Texas that we were in was just brown and flat forever. That was it. There was nothing. It was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Why? Um, I'm sure that when you get further in or somewhere else, maybe it changes colors, maybe it gets some some kind of differences, but the area that I passed through was like, oh my God, that's not cool. Mind you, I'm from Michigan, so like I'm used to there being a lot of lakes and some greenery and just different. So yeah, I don't know anything else about it. Well, Rara made it. Yay. Do, 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 do. So that goes to there. Oh wait, extra. Oh wow, that's awesome. So how is Morocco? Mind you, I think Morocco has got to be one of those things um, that would be like on my bucket list, a place to want to go see because it just seems really interesting. Yeah. So west. Okay. Yeah, I guess it would have been on the bus ride. I guess that would have been West Texas that I saw. So yeah, I had to try to do the. I mean, it would have been like kind of north and stuff. Oh wow, Rara was in both of my chats, trying to confuse me here. We have a vertical one going as well. That's probably not as cool. Hang on, I need to see if the tool thing is working, and if so, where it's working. Oh, see, it is on the wrong one again. Why does it do that? And how do I fix it? Continue, copy. So yeah, our bots and everything is going to the wrong chat, and I don't know how to fix it yet. Hang on, let's try linking. I'm done. No, it's still wrong. We're gonna end this and try it again. Yeah, this is not cool. I need to figure out a way of figuring it out because I want to have the two strings. Link. It's still going to the wrong one. Close the app and retry. Because if we don't get this thing linked properly, can I? Hey, there we go. That's our first thing that we were trying. Okay, yes, we got it fixed. Okay, we got the bot working again. Um, we are testing out a system to see what statistics are like. And that 1 in 10 thing, there is a 1 in 10, a 1 in 100, and a 1 in 1,000. And every time you guys chat, it rolls the dice to see about printing that thing out. So, yeah, this is. So there's a 1 in 10. So I'll probably disable that. That seems like that happened pretty quick. We're going to try to get the bot to do giveaways. So this is kind of a thing we wanted to see, kind of how much that stuff works. All right, so that thing's working. Can we go to dismiss? New stream. Schedule. Reuse. Let's see if we can get this stuff to work here. This is really weird. Hang on. It's,
The 1 in 10 is 1 in 10.
yeah, it's really gonna happen quickly. Yeah, I kind of suspected it would. I was kind of curious about, because again, I don't understand odds. I know there's a thing about that every time you flip a penny, it's a 1 in, like a 50% chance, no matter even if it happens a bunch of times on one thing or something. So yeah. Oh man, I did do a bunch of Easter candy. Let me see if I can turn off the 1 in 10. I'm not sure if I can. Hang on. I think I can make that go away. Do 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 do. There it is. Delete. Save. Cool. No more 1 in 10. So now we'll see if it gets an enthusiastic 1 in 100.
Something evil was, but I got stuck in an infinite madness.
Wait, I lost my mouse. All right, so that goes to there, and then oh, this is really kind of exciting. There is like so much done already, despite all my other little setbacks or whatever. I will for sure get this done today. You can't hear the bot. Oh, yeah, I see why. Okay, bot's fixed. Wait, how could you hear Mandy? Wait, did they not hear you before?
Hello, hello? Can anybody hear me?
I bet you they can now. I doubt that they could hear you before, though. Oops. I'm
Oh,
sorry, guys. I didn't mean to break Mandy. Yeah, there's been so much stuff I'm trying to do an ad and build and whatever else. And that, yeah, kind of 10 o'clock kind of came really suddenly for me because I was in the middle of trying to do some other stuff too. So I'm sorry. Yeah, the project is really far along. I'm not even quite sure how that kind of happened, to be honest. It was very um like what, we only have a little more than 12 hours put into this whole thing. So I thought this was going to be like this really complicated pattern and that I might even have to, mark off areas that I was done. And then kind of as I was getting at it, I'm like, well, maybe it's not that bad. And now, wow, we are, you know, approaching the end already. Like, I don't even think we'll make it to 1 a.m. at all. Honestly, I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, that's weird. One of the bot things didn't work though. The other one, the one that's supposed to man, let me see if I can fire that thing up. Do, 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 do. I think that's supposed to have done it. I don't know what I'm doing, man. But we have viewers over on the vertical stream as well. So hello to everybody who's maybe perhaps checking me out for the first time. This is a friendship bracelet knots being turned into a bag. And with some luck here, well, I say with luck, later today, this whole thing will be done. So I'm pretty excited about that. There we go. So is a pattern up on my screen that I am referring to. This is not something like memorized or anything. That would be really super hard. Although there are some patterns I'm able to do that kind of stuff with. This just is too much. There's just so much going on. This one could not be it, but yeah. Oh, I so I have only shared it in one spot so far. I plan on sending it over to Instagram and stuff a little bit later. I wanted to kind of share with you guys as well. This is something that I just finished. I am super excited about. The pattern and the videos and stuff are all available to the YouTube members. You can become a member. It's like $5. Well, it's less if you have American currency. It's $5 Singapore. Um, you can become a member. You can check out a bunch of videos that are, you know, they'll all eventually become public. They're all eventually
Are you
free.
Wi-Fi? Because I'm feeling a connection.
Oh, my bot is now flirting with my wife. That's awesome. So yeah, anyways, you become a member, you go check that out. There's a couple few videos on the whole making of the pattern and what influenced it and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah.
That's not. sharing in chat though.
Yeah, I tried to, that was the thing that I was trying to push the buttons over here to see if I could make that happen. Let's see if I hit. Yeah. So it's supposed to be connected? I don't know what it's doing. It's kind of connected? I don't know. Try the bot now, just out of curiosity. Now that it's at least done that thing, it obviously knows I'm online. It's even got the little red thing around my icon. Wait, it's not doing it to the other side, is it? What is it called that I'm doing? It is, well, if you've ever done friendship bracelets, mind you, there's a question over on the vertical. If you've ever done friendship bracelets where you tie the knots and make the bracelets and stuff, that's what I'm doing. I've just taken it to a different level and made something much bigger. So this is going to be a bag. It goes all the way around this piece here. That piece is keeping the strings in the back from getting confused with the strings in the front, basically preventing me from making mistakes. I could still make mistakes, but the little thing here helps. So yeah. So yeah, I've turned on the vertical streaming so that way we can encourage some new people to come over and join us and check out this craft and stuff, because there's not a lot of regular discoverability in the regular format, or at least nothing like it is when it's in the vertical format. So the I guess the TikTok generation has helped make the whole vertical thing way more popular. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, so yeah, we have that exactly. How do you switch? I I don't know if there's a link. No, there's no link in the description. How do you go to the other one? I don't know, but we have a minute craft
Hang on.
over in the wrong one.
Hang on.
Okay, wait, Mandy's gonna fix things. Mandy's gonna make everything all right. Okay, for the life of me, I can't remember. Can anybody tell me what the name of the figures are where they have like a little body and a great big head? Little plastic or vinyl figures? Because I've already forgotten what they're called, but yeah, you don't need tools, although the one thing that will come in super handy are clips, because you don't really want to use tape or whatever to hold it down. So with a clip, you can clip it to like a checkerboard or just anything that's firm, just, you know, a clipboard, whatever. And then you just need the string, and that's it. That's all it takes to get you started. I have a whole website, akaawol.com. You can go over there and check it out, and there are plenty of tutorials to get you started on the easy stuff, because this is a lot harder. Hang on. This camera just a skosh that way. There we go. Put me in the center of the other one better. lots of stuff to get you started. If you have questions, you can join our Discord and send me questions directly, and I will do my best to answer them. I really do enjoy helping people, and it gives me a lot of like insight as to what kind of videos I can make. So that would be fun. Funky Pops, yes, or Funkos, yes. I went out to the store the other day. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. I was out at the mall and I was looking for some figures to put over my cameras because I have like, well, there's like 4 cameras hooked up to my computer right now. That doesn't include like when I could connect the phones and stuff as well. So I put little figures on top of it, and in this one shop, they had these little, super teeny tiny Funko figurines. And if you wanted to pick one specifically, it was like $10. And if you wanted like the pack of 4, you could see 3 out of the 4 on the package. Those were like $30. And I'm like, nope, not paying that. But then I saw that there was little ones where you don't get, you know that it's from like Star Wars or it's from, Marvel or whatever. But those were like $5. And I was like, cool, I'm going to just throw the dice and try these little $5 ones. So now I have a Luke Skywalker and a Batman. So when I'm looking at the cameras, and this camera here, as I look at it, I see Pikachu. So whenever I'm talking to you, I'm looking at Pikachu. A little insight to what's going on over here. It's kind of hilarious. Too old for vert screams? No, never too old. Okay, so I'm rotating this around a little bit. So we got kind of about as far as I could get on that one part. So now I'm going to kind of try to catch this side up. And then I'll work in the middle of these. And then we'll be almost done. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really weird that the prompts are going over there. Uh, I don't know about the Pokemon whatevers, but that Pokemon, I think the Pokemon or the Pikachu I have here, I think that was a ground score. I think it was just me hiking around, saw him on the ground, felt bad, brought him home, and then he became part of the whole thing. But yeah. Yeah, I don't. Oh, wait. I just realized why I'm not seeing the vert chat so well. Hang on, let me fix this really quick. Make this easier. No, I don't want top chat. I don't know why they always do that. So yeah, Red Flower Tipsy. That's really awesome that you're interested in wanting to learn. There's only 4 knots to learn. There's the one that goes to the left, the one that goes to the right, and then the 2 that are kind of a combination of both of them where, hang on, I'm about to do one. So I start by trying to go to the left right here, which is sort of like a backwards number 4. And then I go this way, which would look more like a regular number 4. So went to the left, and then it goes back to the right. And yeah, that's it. There's just 4. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would abandon Pikachu. Sorry, 2 separate conversations going on. So it's a little bit weird. Oh, shoot, my headphones. I just realized, why is it so quiet? I don't have sounds in my ears. My headphones are with Mandy. Hang on. I'm going to switch to just me, and so that way Mandy can bring me my headphones because I'm kind of lost without it. Yeah, Red Tipsy is on the vert. Yeah, so yes, I am working both. Oh yeah, I saw the Nightmare Before Christmas ones. I almost so that was in the $30 sets of the Funko things was the Nightmare Before Christmas, and they were so darn cute, and I really thought about getting them. Um, but the whole idea is these things sit on top of the cameras, and I only needed two because for the two cameras over there, and it just seemed like $30 was an awful lot. So yeah.
I'm back.
Cool. Hang on, I can hit the button to bring the Mandy back. Hang on, I'm trying to fix the size of my little screens there. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so to anybody who's thinking about picking up the hobby, um, the one thing I can definitively say is when you see somebody who's done this for a long time, you will see things that you really like and you will want to try them. You know, you'll be inspired. You'll want to go directly for the most difficult things. And yeah, try sticking to the easy stuff first because the thing that is the most important part of in the learning process of this is tension. You need to find a nice, comfortable tension where your knots are tight but not too tight and that they're consistent because without that, everything looks terrible and you'll be very, very discouraged. And when you try to take on something that is too complex, you don't, you're just going to come at it from the hardest way possible. And it's just going to be the worst experience. So if you kind of, you know, come at it with a bit more, you know, start with the easy things, you're just making little stripes or whatever, and you get that kind of mastered and then you go into a little bit harder and a little harder still and you challenge yourself, you'll be up to where I am in no time. Seriously, within months, you could be really, really good at it. As long as you don't shoot yourself in the foot by going in and doing something that is just way over your head and comes out ruined. So yeah. Yeah, either stream really works. I mean, the big one's kind of fun. I don't know. But that's where everybody else is. You can come over there and check it out. It's where all the people who have been here for a long time are used to seeing it this way. And they've got the bot, so you can ask the bot questions and make the bot say silly things. It's fun. Yeah, chevrons, dovetails, herringbones, yeah, are the real beginner friendly stuff. Um, and getting a couple done, getting some things accomplished will give you like a I don't know, there's like a sense of yeah, I can do this. Once you kind of really get it figured out, you just become almost unstoppable. It's just getting there takes a little bit. I started the only thing I knew how to do were the little straight rows, little diagonal rows. That was it. And I made a lot of them. I was just having fun with colors and, trying to master it. And they like to try to curl around. And I was trying to master it to where I had very, very little curl to it. And I must have made 30 or 40 of those at least until I went to a concert and I saw people with bigger bracelets and more advanced ones. Um, and that blew my mind. I don't do alpha patterns. They feel like cheating to me because you can do anything in an alpha. I will, though, play around with normal patterns. Like, I did this, which is from the game Asteroids, and it holds the one of the lights for the studio here. I did this, but this is in normal knots that kind of looks like an alpha. I did another one like this. Um, it says AWOL on one side and some letters that kind of is naughty on the other side. It goes up. It's in my backpack, actually. I can't really drag that in front of the camera. Yeah, so over on the main one, we have Minute Craft, a very experienced nodder, giving all kinds of beginner advice over here. So we've got the something interesting. Flip flops are apparently also beginner friendly. Is that basically um, where it's supposed to look like it's woven? I think that's Candy Stripe alternates. Yeah, it's that's made to look like a weave. So yeah, that's a fairly easy one as well. Yeah, I have a whole like playlist on YouTube for easy patterns, things that a person could start out with. Again, the best thing to do is basically start out with a board of some kind. I originally used like the old kind of clipboards. The only problem is most clipboards don't hold hard enough. You kind of want like the stronger binder clips to hold things in place. Um, so yeah, I just needed the board itself and a clip. Um, this is just this is something weird. It came from over here. We have something. It's like a dollar store, except for everything's $2, and it's got some paper on the inside. It was meant to be a thing where you would sit at like a library at a table and kind of box off so that way you don't see the people who are around you. I don't know. It just was handy and it worked. And it's hooked onto my easel, which just holds this thing in place because if we didn't use an easel, this stuff would be moving all over the place. It would make it very difficult for the cameras. It might even make people get kind of seasick, which we don't want that here. So yeah, that's yeah. Binders. Yeah, that yeah. An industrial clipboard has a stronger clip. Yeah, there was is it Roby that makes the crazy clipboard? One of the companies who um makes like power tools makes a clipboard that is really really cool. It's got it like opens up and you could put a bunch of stuff inside. So you could carry a bunch of floss with you wherever you were going, open it up, pull out whatever you wanted, and then it like latches down and stuff, which is like super super cool. But that was crazy expensive. Um, to be honest, I don't remember how much, but it was insane. I want to I want to say like $70 or something. Like And I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to this. I have been making bracelets for a really, really long time, so I have gone to a... Wait, did I just get a new sub? I did. Hey, I got a new sub. Thank you. Um, I have an airplane trolley over here that I keep all my floss in. I can roll it around the house if I need to pull it out and try to do stuff for big projects and stuff. Um, yeah. So yeah, pretty crazy. Hey, the 1 in 100 actually hit. That's kind of interesting. Like I was saying earlier, we're testing out like how the odds and stuff work. We were trying to figure out like what kind of odds we want to do to just have it where the bot gives away a bracelet. And yeah, so we had a 1 in 10, and that was hitting a lot. And then we just had the 1 in 100 hit. And then, yeah, there's a 1 in 1,000. But it's literally every single comment. It rolls the dice and picks, you know, between 1 and whatever it's set up to. So I don't know that if it really kind of comes down to like in 100 comments that one goes off. But yeah, it's an experiment in statistics. And yeah, because we're still waiting. We have a secret word game where if you're chatting, mind you, I guess I have a bot that's technically working in both sides of the streams. So technically, whichever side gets it, something will happen. So yeah, if you say the magic word, you win the bracelets. It's kind of funny. I didn't think about that until just now. Because like the funny speaking bot is working with the horizontal, and then the text one is working on the vertical. So weird. Yeah, I'm really glad you found the stream as well. You know, it's funny. Last week we had a new sub as well. Somebody just kind of randomly came across all of this, and yeah, that was a whole heck of a lot of fun. They were pretty funny. Oh man, hang on, I gotta find another tip for somebody starting is to have a blunt needle, kind of like the ones used for like needlepoint, because when you make a mistake, taking out a knot is it's a lot easier if you have a needle.
So is this going to be a thing now? He oops and then I say something sarcastic? Fine. Nice going dum-dum.
And yes, my bot berates me. Thanks. Oh, and so Red Flower, when if you join us over on the Discord, we share, you know, photos of things we're making and stuff like that over there as well. So when you kind of get going at making stuff, you could share it with us and we can critique it and try to help give you advice as to how to improve. So that's always fun. Yes, Rainbow, it worked. It's nothing quite like making a bot that turns around and insults you. That's Next level stuff right there. Yeah, it takes a minute. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, okay, so that's something. When you start getting into these bigger projects, wait, can I pull up do 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 no. Where is Can somebody just hit the thing for the pattern? I forgot what the trigger is for that. Is that it? There it is. So yeah, when you start getting a pattern that's big like this, um, one of the potential problems is in not following the right area and getting yourself confused. And when basically, in order for me to do this one, I needed to have that image like that up here. I needed that on the screen, and I started using like the pencil tool to mark out the areas that I had finished to make sure that I didn't have errors. That can really be a thing. Yeah, and I suspect not the next pattern, but the pattern I think after that, I will be doing that on the live streams, where yeah, it's bound to be a lot more difficult for me, a little bit crazy. So yeah. And I have a couple different ways of approaching it. I haven't figured out what's going to be the best way for on the stream. I can either connect my tablet to all of this, or I can do it directly from on my computer. I think we're going to come down to if the computer can handle it or not. Because, that's just more computing power, especially if I'm like um, doing like this where I'm live streaming to two separate things at the same time. I'm kind of surprised. Again, I really honestly thought this one here was just going to be the worst, just so hard to do. And, you know, the intricacies inside here. And it turns out it wasn't that bad. I certainly wouldn't suggest anybody to begin with this. That's not what I'm saying at all. But anybody who's kind of experienced in making bracelets could probably tackle this one pretty well. I'm kind of curious what pattern was so intense or whatever that it got Minute Craft, because Minute Craft's really good at this stuff. She doesn't make a lot of mistakes like that. I was gonna say that sounds like maybe our fault, but you know. So yeah, um, to anybody else, I still see there's like several people over on the vertical. Um, Obviously, you're probably new here. This happens that we do the live stream every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Singapore time, which is where I live now. Originally from Detroit, so like there's like a 12-hour difference from Detroit time. Well, this time of year there's a 12-hour difference. That changes. Although for some odd reason my clock that shows Detroit time is showing it as being 13 hours, which is weird. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know how to fix it. So one of the things I try to strive to do as I'm doing these knots is kind of look to the pattern and try to find where, like now I'm going to have a nice long straight row right here. And it's kind of the reward for having planned out and got all this other stuff out of my way first, because nice long straight rows are faster and easier than doing short little segments. It's not something that you would necessarily pick up right away, but it will be something that you can kind of look out for and learn and make the whole experience easier on yourself. I used to do this outdoors, go to like these outdoor free concerts that we had in Detroit, and with the wind blowing and getting the strings tangled up and whatever, finding ways of making it easier was, yeah, it just helped make it go faster, made it a whole lot easier to manage. So I kind of picked up that stuff as a result of that. And when you're working outdoors like that, the the bonus is people, well, not in Singapore. For some odd reason in Singapore, people see you working on something and they'll kind of eye you from a distance, but they won't say anything to you. But in Detroit, people will come right up and be like, "Hey, you're making something. What is that? Do you sell them? Yeah, how much? Yeah, okay, I'll take that one." You know, just wild. It was intense. I made okay money back in the day, just going down to check out concerts and bringing some string along. It was fun. It's kind of funny. I get so into and focused on what I'm doing. I'm not sure if this is the second or third one of these that I've done. You just get into a pattern of doing, knowing that every single knot brings me closer to the end, and I lose track of everything else. Kind of crazy. There we go. Oh wait, so Red Flower, you're in New York? Yeah, that's side of the world that I was from. I've never been to New York City, but I've been through the state of New York. Um, we did. I worked with a buddy of mine. We did some plumbing up in Buffalo, and went and saw the American side of Niagara Falls while we were there. I've been a few times to the Canadian side, but that was my first time going there, and that was kind of fun. It's not a great, not as nice as Canada's side. You can see more from Canada, but yeah, I like New York. Not worth the ROI. ROI. What is ROI? Yeah, there was. New Jersey just had an earthquake yesterday. That's pretty crazy. I think I think it was the stock prices for Truth Social just hit so hard, so fast. It just caused an earthquake there. It's pretty intense. Return on investment. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't probably think much about return on investment when I make and sell my stuff. Um, if if I really thought about it, like everything would have to be priced a lot higher than what the prices are for anything in my shop. Um, the big thing for me is I'd like to see my bracelets get to people who like it. And yeah, it just makes me happy when people like my work and then want to go to the trouble of actually purchasing it. Yes, Singaporeans abbreviate everything. It is so like I still don't know the name of any of the freeways because even the news doesn't say the names of the freeways. They just talk about the initials. Yeah, there's an accident on the PIE and like so frustrating.
2 hours later.
I don't know where, but I heard like weird sound feedbacks or something. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, Red Flower actually felt the earthquake. That's crazy. I was in California back in uh 86 and there was like 5 or 6 earthquakes, but most of them either happened like while I was sleeping, and the one time that it happened during the day, I was on a bus on my way to go see a friend at the hospital, and um,
Two
I
hours later.
never felt it or anything, but it my friend who was in the hospital was terrorized as his bed was going from one side of the room to the other. He had been in a motorcycle accident where he went off of one of the overpasses, bounced on an overpass below that, and then landed in the road below that. He had pins coming out of his chest and his abdominals holding him together. So he's absolutely helpless. And his bed was going from one side of the room to the other. Sounded like the most terrifying thing ever. Yes, there is I-95 or whatever. And yeah. But
2 hours later.
hang on, I gotta turn down this volume. What? Where is that sound coming from? What the heck? There is strange sound effects happening here. Driving me crazy. Yeah, it was a pretty bad accident. It was really rough. So yeah, I never felt that earthquake on the bus. I didn't feel any of them. I had no idea what that's even like. I'm told it's the most terrifying thing, because like if you're like ride a skateboard or something, right? You can jump off the skateboard and you can trust the earth. When you stop being able to trust the earth, that's supposed to be pretty traumatizing, I guess. Again, I've never really experienced one, so I don't know.
Two hours later.
Yeah, what's up with, oh, it's that is what's happening. Hang on. How is that going off now? Hang on. That's what's happening. So how did it get? Yeah, it's not supposed to go off until midnight. That's what the sound was. I had to turn my music down so I could finally hear what that was going on. That was crazy.
Uh-oh, I think I may be experiencing a malfunction.
2 hours
My internal wires
later.
seem to be getting tangled whenever you talk to me.
The midnight one went off again. Hang on. Let me just delete that altogether for now. That's crazy. Yeah, so I was trying out some time-based things from this programs, and apparently that's not working out. So yeah, I have to. The trouble is most of the stuff that I'm trying to do for the streams are, I only do the public streams once a week, so I don't get a chance to test them during the week. So that's really weird. Yeah, it's my bot is breaking down because of the flirtations and stuff, I think. I think when somebody whacked him in his head, it damaged the bot. Oh yeah, so I did do 3 of these. All right, so this is the last one of this. Cool. Kinda, something like that. Crazy. Hang on, let me shift this over. It's getting out of frame for the other people here. Right. Yeah, a lot of people described the earthquake in New York as feeling like uh, a train or a truck going by, that kind of thing. Like people actually even in New York City were saying that, that's what they thought it was, until they saw on their phones the news saying that there had been an earthquake. But yeah, I don't know. Oh man. Oh, I've forgotten until this point. So, any Patreon and or YouTube members get to hang out in a sort of a private thing over on Discord tomorrow night. It's our first Sunday of the month where I basically open up the channel to anybody who is a member, and you guys can hang out and we can talk about anything really. It's never, there is no script to go from or anything like that. We just kind of whatever happens. Tomorrow is a little bit special because I'm going to do a private stream onto the YouTube where I'm trying to get the bot to learn people's names and have greetings for people and be friendlier and nicer and try to test some stuff out. I think it'll be kind of fun. That stream won't be public. It'll just be something that the members can see. They already have a link to it. So yeah, it's just it should be it should be a lot of fun, I think. So the food conversations actually started over on the vertical one, so that's kind of funny. Um, we I just had Little Caesars for dinner, so despite all of the other influences, we do have something from Detroit. So that's kind of awesome. Yes, that is the intent. That when the Dark Overlord returns, that the bot will respond to him directly, as well as um, maybe we can kind of control his fixation on Rainbow because, yeah, he seems to be flirting an awful lot with Rainbow and Mandy. So we have to check on what's going on with that. Yeah, so Red Flower, for me, the weirdest part about trying to change to the food for here in Singapore was the fact that people kind of start their day with stuff that I would only imagine as being like a dinner kind of thing. One would be like this, like fish balls with noodles. They're like the it's like having a meatball made out of like fish, which is really weird. Um, with like hand pressed noodles or whatever. But like that first thing in the day just seems really weird, and it really was difficult for me at first because the smells were just overwhelming from a guy who would have like traditional cereal for breakfast, to have the smell of fish first thing in the morning was like absolutely like, too much. But I got kind of used to it, I guess. Um, yeah. Yeah, the weird thing though is in America, the Chinese food in America is not Chinese food. I'm sorry, it's not. It's weird. It's as much Chinese food as Taco Bell is Mexican. You know, some of the ingredients might be there, some of the seasonings might be there, but it's not the same. I mean, and we don't even have like regular Chinese food here in Singapore, but we have like proper Chinese people, and some of them do actually do way more traditional whatevers. And there's restaurants that are dedicated to being more traditional. But it's like I discovered my favorite Chinese dish um, is strictly only available in Southeast Michigan. Um, it just doesn't exist anywhere else. And I don't know why that is, but yeah. And there's so much fusion type things here where you can have like Filipino food that's fused with Indian or, just all kinds of crazy stuff. Hey, there's the 1 in 100 again. Right. So yeah, maybe Chinatown might have more. So wait, you're like in New York City, New York, not like the Buffalo or out that way. So yeah, my non Chinese dish is egg foo young, which is like a brown fried rice with this like egg thing on top of it that's covered in like a gravy, but it's a Southeast Michigan thing. It's really good though. Oh man. Man, you guys are starting to make me hungry. I just had pizza. I should be fine. I've never, I guess that makes sort of sense that you could have like a vegetable sushi. I guess it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So Red Flower's in the New York part. Yeah. Like I said, I've never been to the big city area. Well, I did go when I was on my way to Singapore. I did end up in New York's airport and got to, while flying in or whatever, saw New York City and the Central Park and all that kind of stuff coming in from Detroit, but never actually been there like myself to see it myself. Veggies are nice. Red Flower, you're about to become a legend over here for having tried the like urban hawker and stuff. So that's kind of awesome. Nice. Yes, I did realize that there are some veggie sushi things that I've eaten. So yes, I like I like those little ones. Those I don't know what the maki? Yeah. Oh, wait, I never shared with you guys. I have a great diet tip. I discovered because I've been like weighing out my breakfast cereals in the morning. I discovered that there was this cereal Mandy got me. It's supposed to be healthy. It was honey puffs or something like that. And I was pouring them into the bowl that was on the scale. So like the scales, I got the bowl already like zeroed out or whatever. So I poured it into the bowl, and I noticed if you poured in about like 2, 3 spoonfuls, this stuff is so lightweight that it comes. There's nothing to it. It's a zero. So if you eat those couple spoonfuls, you could fill it up again. The same amount. It's still 0 grams. And it turns out 0 grams has 0 calories. It's amazing. You could actually fill up. You just have to, fill the bowl slowly. It's my new diet plan. I don't think it's working though. I'm not sure. Joanne Blackmore, hello from England, UK. Nice. Yeah, we're getting all kinds of new people joining us here tonight on both sides of the streams. We're we have 2 streams going on, so if anybody thinks that I'm losing my mind, this is why. We have a horizontal and a vertical version. So the vertical version gets sent out to people like that we're watching like YouTube shorts. And yeah. And I'm being called out for lying to myself. Yeah, I know. Four o'clock tea time. Yeah, that sounds about right, isn't it? 3, 4, something like that. Did I ever tell you guys the story about like how when I went to England, I was such a scrawny kid that my uncle determined that my mom wasn't doing enough to try to fatten me up. So at tea time, they would line the whole table with as many sweets. There was pedophores, there were little pies, there was a whole big dining table that can fit like 8, 10 people, filled with every kind of fattening thing you can imagine. And they would tell me just to go to town. And I would get so revved up from all of the sugar that by the time that we were done staying there, that I basically lost weight. And my uncle had to concede that he basically told my mom, he said, like, I don't know how you can afford to feed him. Yeah, we've got what, 3 people here in the UK: Rara, Joanne, and Rainbow. I imagine we probably have more in the UK, mainly because it's not first thing in the morning. A little harder for uh, people in America. It's just getting up so early to watch the streams is probably rougher. Hey, Red Flower joined the rest of the. Cool. Welcome, welcome to meet the rest of the gang. Yeah, so Mandy does the kumis that make up like the loops, or the, in this case, she's working on the strap of what will be the next bag. Like I was showing you guys this one here. So this loop, the way that that's put together is done with a disc that's got little grooves in it. And then yeah, she also did it for the tails of this bracelet. So yeah, that's Mandy's expertise, something that I can do, but it just takes so much out of me. It's so repetitive. All right, now I just need to see where I am with this. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we are really, really close to being done here, guys. I'm really excited about how this is coming along.
Are you still wearing your beaded kumi?
I have it right here. Mandy made me a beaded one. It's kind of heavy to wear while actually tying knots, but yeah, Mandy made this one for me. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. It kind of, to me, looks like dragon scales or something. It's really fun. Again, Mandy's amazing at this stuff. I just don't have the patience for it. My and then I turn around and do this crazy stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what the. Yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. Mandy's really kind of good at it. I can I've considered having her put together some more videos to kind of show some of the stuff that she does here on the channel. I think that'll probably come eventually. But yeah. I don't remember, where did we get the beads from China? Was that like an AliExpress thing?
You know what? I researched those beads and shopped for them so many places. I don't remember where we actually ended up buying them from.
Right on. No, that's fair. I too remember the intensive research and trying to figure out what was the best way about getting them. Yeah, then hang out with us. We will teach. That's something you want to learn. I will work to get some videos together to help teach that as well. The kumis, there's already a couple of videos on my channel for the kumis. To kind of get you started, I would probably just start with the string ones and then work up to throwing beads in there. But I think kumis don't take a whole lot of time to practice. They're just super repetitive. It's it. Wait, somebody else joined. Oh, it's John. Hey, John. Sorry, I saw other people saying hi. I'm like, wait, where did I miss that? Wow. So to whoever's over still on the vertical stream, we got another stream over here. So why it's all kind of crazy. Actually, probably just Mandy over there. We've had 106 people stop in on the vertical stream though. That's kind of neat. Joanne, I likewise. I did know some basic macrame when I was much younger, and then it kind of turned into something bigger. But I can tell you that like most of the time when they teach macrame, they don't make it easy on the beginner. And my example of this is that basic one where you have like two strands going this way and the other ones go over top, and it, depending on the knots that you use, it's either flat or it spirals. I have no idea what that is called, but that one, everybody made you try to hold the strings with like this, and then if you just take a clip and take those two strings and clip them at the top and the bottom of your board, you can work that thing so much faster, so much easier, so much. I don't know why nobody ever teaches that kind of stuff. I try to show basically everything I do. I try to show how to do it as absolutely easy as possible, because there's no reason to teach people how to do it when they got to contort their fingers in ways that, you know, it doesn't. So yeah, I want to make it easy on people. And thank you, John. It was inspired by the bracelet that I use as a bookmark because it's uncomfortable. It's made out of that plasticky kind of string. Well, it was thread, and they kind of wound it together or whatever. It's absolutely horrible to wear. So I have it as a bookmark. It's it was inspired by this, which it's gorgeous to look at. It's really kind of rough, and yeah, makes a nice bookmark though. Yeah, I was taught with the big um like cork macrame boards and stuff. Yeah. So these strands right in here, they're done. They've gone as far as they go for the whole bracelet. Um, this one here is gonna kind of come down and we're like right into that kind of bottom corner area. This is I'm just happy that we have YouTube to be able to share the things that we work on and have different patterns and stuff. And yeah, um, I don't know if you guys know this, but Minute Craft is actually one of the people who has sent me the most blindsided creations. Essentially, what that was about was people submit a pattern with just telling me what the pattern number is, which website that came from, and the number of strings. And then I don't know what I'm getting myself into when I open it up. And I try to come up with something either different or, just try to be creative with a pattern that I had never seen before. It's like I don't pick it out in advance. We've done about 23 of these things so far. A lot of fun. I really do enjoy that. It's a neat series that is here on my channel. So yeah. Yeah, that's how I got into it. Was probably the 80s. My sister was making the plant hangers and that kind of stuff, and they taught me how to do stuff. I think pretty much everybody in the 80s had that floating table where it was like macrame that comes down and then you have like the round piece of glass that sits in it. Yeah, yeah, I was making stuff before there was internet, so I had to be kind of creative. And I can, yeah. Well, okay, so the bracelet, that complicated one I just showed you where Mandy did the fancy tails and stuff for it, that one, there was a dress over at City Square Mall that had like 3 different patterns in it. And I thought that
So
would
that
be
was Marina Bay. No, sorry, Marina Square.
Marina Square, sorry. Marina Square. Um, it had 3 different patterns in it. And I would thought, wow, something with 3 distinctly different patterns in it would be kind of cool. One of the patterns in the dress was rather like checkerboard squares ish. Then it started getting kind of squiggly and weird, and I thought that could be represented by some zigzags, some kind of like an arrowhead design. And then it had something that was rather floral, and I thought that could be represented by curvy lines. And that's how this came about. These were the squares in the middle, like the checkerboard thing, and then going into the arrowheads, and then into curvy lines. And that was I just know how to take the idea and turn it into a physical pattern. I think that's like the big difference is if you can do that, you can make it out of anything you want. And if you don't know how to do that, you watch the videos and you learn, and eventually you do know how to do that. The analog age. Yeah. Back when I started doing this, back in like 86, 87, um, a lot of people told me that I should make a book. And looking back, I probably really should have. I had worked out so much stuff so quickly. Um, it probably would have done really, really well and probably would have launched my whole tutorial career a lot sooner. I would have been on the YouTube a lot sooner and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, analog age for me learning, like I said, I only knew how to do one knot. I could make it come down like this direction, like this, coming to the right, coming down on a slope. That was it. I went to a concert and there was people wearing all kinds of bracelets, much more intricate and all kinds of cool, crazy patterns. And I had no idea how that was possible. And it was days later when the epiphany happened that I suddenly realized if you tie the knot backwards, it would go the other direction. And that changed everything for me. I started coming up with all kinds of patterns and different things happening and stuff. And it was really, really cool. this is truth or real. Nothing stops there. And the war is through with me. I'm waking up, I cannot see. By doing my Joanne, you're talking about by making this, you would be confused. This is again, the pattern that you see up there is what I'm working from, and it helps me. I can see in it where I'm at and what's coming up. I'm at the very end of the diamond points that are coming down. This one will come down for 3 knots. They'll go 3 knots to the right. This little white one will do just a single on the end, so I'll probably just do that first, just to kind of get it out of the way. The dark one will do 3. It's already got 1 done, so that just means I just go over the white and then over the dark. And then the white one will come all the way down from the middle. And then the dark one will come down behind it. It just basically, it starts at the highest point you can and comes downwards. And you certain knots unlock the ability to do other knots. And it's just making sure that you don't get ahead of yourself, because that would mess things up. As long as you're kind of aware of where you're at and what it's supposed to do, it's really not that bad. And one of the nice things is the patterns that I create actually look like what you're going to get. Some of the other web pages makes that part of it really, really difficult. You don't see the overall shape and pattern of the project as easily as you do with mine. And so there's a bit of a disconnect when you're trying to work from theirs. So, yeah. So this whole part of the diamond here, this one is all done. I just have to get the other ones to do the same thing. And then we can have Mandy help knot this. Well, first I have to turn it inside out, and then we'll have Mandy knot it all off. Yeah, I think you knew that was coming, though. I actually have it set up so that way I can shift over to the camera over here, the one that's got Luke Skywalker on it. And we can have the things, this cam looking down at Mandy's work. And I can go over there and I can talk to you about what's going on. So that'll be cool. Hey, Robert made it. Cool. Hello, Robert. I was thinking about you earlier today because I plan on posting some stuff on Facebook. And I haven't done that in a little while. Yeah, we get to watch Mandy do some work for a change. Like I said, this is going to finish up before 1 because there's not much left. It's just these couple little rows all the way around. So. Well, thank you, Red Flower. Time zones are so weird, aren't they? Yeah, so next week we'll be starting a whole new project. Next week, the bag is still inspired by the same general geometry and whatever, but it introduces more colors and yeah, that it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a really good time. So yeah, we start at 10 p.m. Singapore time, which would be, I guess, 10 a.m. New York time. It's once a week, every week. This is how I spend my weekends. Well, Saturday nights. Sundays are usually live streaming to the members. Time zones are weird. Yeah, they're a pain. You know what's worse though than time zones? I can understand the time zones. Worse than time zones are time zones that make changes for their season or whatever. The whole spring forward and fall back stuff like that is those are the worst. Just get used to Detroit being in one time zone and then it suddenly changes again. And for some odd reason, the clocks on my thing here don't switch it. So that's crazy. All right, so that's we got kind of 2 of them done. One of them is sort of like only partially because we couldn't do all of it. So we're really close now. This project went really quick. There was only, what, the 4 streams before this? And I didn't go overtime on any of them. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Typically, all of the streams are 3 hours long. So it starts at 10, ends at 1. That's the general thing that we've done for, I don't even know how long now. Take care, Red Flower. Hopefully you can join the Discord later on and we can help you learn how to do some cool stuff. Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, those kind of time zone things. I don't get why they. Uh, good night, Minute. Have a good one. I am using embroidery floss that I got from AliExpress. Um, the shop is called the Factory Store. Um, because for they're like the price is just so much cheaper than anywhere else. I can't get embroidery floss at this price anywhere like that. Because like if you buy in bulk, um, you can get it. It's like 7 cents a piece. So yeah, it's pretty crazy cheap, and it's consistently good quality. Um, so yeah, I had some other uh, ones that I dealt with in the past, but like it seemed like I don't know more frequently than I would appreciate. I would end up with a skein where you go through the string and there's a knot tied in it, and typically speaking, those never seem to fall in like either the 1/4 or 1/3 area of the string, which basically makes it useless to me. So if that happens too often, it's just kind of essentially to me it adds to the cost. If I have to buy an extra percentage to be sure that I don't have string that's bad, that's just added expense. And so I try not to deal with those people. And this shop has just been really, really good to me. They really, it's just nice string. It's a little bit thicker than DMC floss. Um, so yeah, if you were looking at something that was, made with one thing and then you tried it with this will be bigger. Like for this is a 96 string pattern. If I did this with DMC, it would be much, much smaller. This size here will easily fit, like credit cards and your ID and that kind of stuff. Um, if you did it with the DMC, I don't think it would. I think it would be just a little too small for that. Some of the bags that we'll be doing here in the near future, though, we're going bigger, like 150 strings, I think. I don't know, big enough to hold phones and stuff in some of the future projects. Not the next one, but I think it's the one after that. That's that's the one of the ones where Mandy gets off the hook. I think she only has to make a small button loop for the whole thing. Um, and then the rest is yeah, it's different. The whole bag thing is different. Yeah, man, this idea of time zones and clock changes while in a foreign country has unlocked a new sort of fear for me because I get paranoid on trips as it is. I'm always afraid at customs that they're just gonna like, you know, nope, you've got drugs. No, I don't. Yep, here they are. Kind of, I don't know, just like all kinds of like instilled fears from various movies and stuff. But the thought of like missing flights and being stranded and oh man, no, terrifying. That's yikes. 2 mm. That's got to be thick, like really thick, isn't it? Like my string I use that when I do it like this is all doubled up, which has all kinds of advantages for me, including like how many strands there are to have the kumis at the top. But 2 mm seems huge.
Yeah, but red tail, so it's like the setting card. Yeah.
Rah, weirder than that is you leave on like a Tuesday, you're in the air for like 24 hours, you end up landing, it's like Thursday, you don't know where Wednesday went. Um yeah. Yeah, coming to Singapore was definitely weird. There was a whole day lost in it. I left on like Cinco de Mayo. I got here, it was, I don't know what it was, but yeah, the whole thing was weird. Yeah, so this stuff is it's just a thick embroidery floss. At the end of the day, that's just a little bit. Yeah, I started out in Detroit, went from Detroit to New York. From New York, we landed in Germany. Got in trouble because I actually have it sitting on my desk. I had this was in my wallet, and they made me pull it out, and they're like, and I freaked out. I'm like, I am so sorry. I did not even realize I still had that in my wallet. It's just supposed to be a handy tool thing. And the guy told the lady, he's like, well, it looks to me like it's just a bottle opener. We can let this pass. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm so sorry. New York and Detroit didn't even notice it. Yeah. Go figure. Oh, you got collies, border collies. That's nice. That's the ones that do the talking and stuff, right? The chatty ones. Is that the? Do I have the right dog? No, no. Those you have the. Oh, I know which ones. Ooh.
The crazy frisbee dogs.
The ones that get the sheep all running around. They get all excited about going to work. I'm thinking huskies, I guess. Similar colors, I guess. Triggered something in my head. Robert, that's pretty much me, with the exception of I tend to try to take one day a week where I get out away from the office. This is the office, by the way. I'm at home. And try to clear my head and find new inspiration and stuff like that. Yeah, there's somebody I follow on Instagram who has that the dog just absolutely wants to get out into the field and work and stuff. Like they're like crazy high strung, I thought. They're essential. They're also, bathroom breaks are also motivational. I mean, it's probably just an ADHD thing, but like, let me just finish this and then I'll go to the toilet. Yeah. And then you just kind of work extra hard to try to finish that area. 'Cause, yeah. It's just... Yeah, I haven't had a car in 12 years. I look at the people driving me now and I'm like, wait, where'd you put a key? I don't see a key in the thing anymore. Like, what? When did that stop being a thing? Like, I kind of, well, my last car had two keys. There was the key for the door and the key for the ignition. So, like, that's changed. All kinds of, I don't know, man. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too. That's, I could see where that might have an effect on the dogs. My thing is like slowly sliding out of frame over there on the vertical. Oh, wait, let me see. Do we have anybody left on the vertical? Nope. I'm going to end the vertical stream because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Dismiss. I can close that window and I can close this. And I can stop that. All right. Sorry, there's just so many buttons anymore. I wonder if that puts the chat bot back to the right spot. Oh, wow. I think this is, yeah, this is the last one. Aw. I have not done that in a really long time. The culture here is really way more, people are just more private. People are more, yeah, I think if you tried doing that here, I think it would, nice. I don't think it would go over very well. I think you would make them more nervous and uncomfortable than the intent would have been. I have, though, we did a setup where we were selling bracelets at a hawker center, which is like a food court thing, and some kids and stuff became really interested and were having fun and talking and whatever, and we gave them bracelets. Typically they're the ones that like I don't like for whatever reason, or they're a little bit smaller or whatever. I keep a bunch that I'm cool with letting go of it, you know. In fact, I carry them with me on my days off, so if anybody's watching this and you spot me in the city wandering around, there's a good chance I probably have some bracelets on me and I could pass one, you know. Yes, please do share. I would really like to grow this channel much, much bigger. I'm trying to. Because right now, the channel's monetized, but I don't make very much from it. In fact, I make more from the members than I do from ads and stuff. So yeah, getting the channel to grow a bit would be really great. Wait, I'm gonna try something. See if I can find it. Do, 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 do. I lost one of my sound files. Oh man. Got distracted trying to do this thing. Let's see. Oh, I found it. Hang on, but it's. I forgot my media player is muted. Yeah, let's try that again.
I can't wrap my noodle around why more people haven't become a member on AKAAWOL's channel. This is going to sound like a bunch of rusty barnacles, but it's just 5 doubloons. Get this, it's even less if you've got that USA money.
I wanted to try to tie that to something where it would happen on its own, but I haven't got that figured out yet. So, yeah, there was another oops I got.
So is this going to be a thing now? He oops ees and then I say something sarcastic? Fine. Nice going dum dum.
That's what your mom had, right, Mandy? Yeah, so Mandy's mom had a number of strokes that made it so that way she could no longer communicate, and yeah, it was pretty rough. It was basically mom having a stroke that caused us to notice that dad wasn't right either, because mom basically dealt with him all the time. We didn't have to. But when we started having to we kind of noticed that he wasn't quite right. So we got him checked out, and that's how we found out he had Alzheimer's. Which all of this was completely new to me. My parents, my dad had a heart attack, just kind of woke up in the night, chest pains, and minutes later, gone. And my mom, she had cancer, and yeah, she lasted about a year with it. So yeah. Wow. That's scary stuff. Yeah, if you're still doing crafts and stuff, was it the other side of the brain, or like Mandy's mom's strokes did not affect her physical body or anything. It was just her ability to talk and understand. That's really nice of you, Robert. You give away your bracelets. That's really nice. How do you like look for people that you think would be particularly fond of the bracelets? How do you determine who gets a bracelet? Or like it's just you see nice ladies and offer them bracelets? Wait, you have to go out of the house to give away bracelets. Let's
It's a really weird train you're going on.
maybe he meets people on the way to the bathroom. Oh man, I just recently shared a YouTube story um, with Mandy with a guy who's doing the using YouTube to highlight people who are poor, and was doing a lot of effort and community fundraising to help bring this family into a better home, and raised over what was $150,000 for these people. Um, and they're not very well with it. Like they need somebody to look after them or whatever. And I don't know if it was the daughter or granddaughter primarily took all the money and squandered it all. They didn't use it for getting a house or any of the stuff. She just squandered like 150,000 over a course of a year. And this YouTuber was basically, he was making good money for himself because his videos were fairly viral. Everybody knew this family in West Virginia, um, and felt bad for them, and they had great fun raising drives and whatever, and yeah, just got all the money was gone. So crazy. So, Rara, how did that go? Like, did they get really excited about the getting a bracelet like that? Yeah, it was pretty grim with that family thing. Um, I thinking now back the last some of the few bracelets that I have given away. There was some various people like over at the coffee shop and stuff that we were going to. But then they would always like take them off a day or so after and say that it was too precious. They didn't want anything bad to happen to it. And my whole point in trying to give away the bracelet was to like get people interested in wanting to wear these things and start a trend kind of thing. And all they want to do is like put them away in their house. And I don't know what they used them for or whatever, but it was weird. Yeah, when you give it to somebody who really appreciates it and gets excited, that is the best. That is fun. Again, though, I Mandy and I used to go to, there was some various concert type things, ukulele themed type events that were going on down at Sentosa, which is like a little island that's still Singapore, but it's like a little island kind of in the south of Singapore. And I would be making stuff, and people were just like watching from afar and be like, "No, no, come on over, take a look. You know, I'm making something." And like, nope. At that moment they stop watching and they ran away. Like they get really freaked out. Like it's just a whole culturally different thing to talk to strangers here. It's weird. And it could be because I'm an American, could be I don't know, could be all kinds of different things, but yeah, it's not the same sort of thing
I
like
think
that.
one of my favorite stories of when you were giving away bracelets or when you've given away bracelets was the one when we were doing the art market thing at the hawker center,
Yeah, that was yep. Yeah.
and the one girl who like
Just
was just working there and couldn't afford to buy one.
yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Or the kids that came over and was watching it and getting excited about the whole idea. Yeah. Well, that's good, Robert. Glad that you do get out a little bit. It's also nice to see that Robert's smiley face has finally turned the darker shade of orange. So if anybody doesn't know, the smiley faces change the longer that you are a member. It starts out bright yellow, then goes to orange, and then it goes to that pink. I don't know what comes after that. Probably a purple. I don't know. I know that if you stay long enough, it finally turns rainbow colored, like all the colors in the rainbow. So yeah, not rainbow colored, just yeah. Sorry. Trying not to be confusing here.
I think rainbow is kebab colored today.
All right. This.
Oh, I got an ad.
Yeah. Is it your first one?
No,
Oh, okay.
second, I think. Second or third.
Now comes the brutally difficult part. And I guess you probably won't see much of it because it's hard to hold it here and do this. But I got to turn this thing inside out. You know, I should get myself a drumstick. If I had a drumstick, pushing this through would be a lot easier and less risky of like breaking one of my thumbnails. Because they're like nice and big and round. Like chopsticks are kind of too pointy. But a drumstick would be perfect. Hey, what do you know? Almost there, kids. There you go, Robert. That's what I was talking about. So now the whole thing is inside out. Let's see. Oh, I'm a genius. I knew this was coming, and yet I didn't clear out the stuff from behind the easel to make it easy to lay this thing down. Because, you know, that would have made sense.
Why do you need to lay it down?
Make it easier for you to tie this thing up.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
I can put it back up. Okay, I'm going to slide this up higher though, so the area you're working on is in sight. And then I can switch to this one, where I get to come over on this side. And have Mandy come over and we can hook this up. So we're learning all kinds of new things now about our friend Robert. So Robert is a bracelet Casanova. You go, Robert. Ah. Oh, that's so weird. Hang on. I'm going to try to refresh this web page over here. It didn't show the new subscribers. It's kind of weird. Like I thought that was its whole point, was that it was supposed to keep track and do the thing. Oh yeah, so refreshing it, it does. It did turn up, so that's cool.
Two sides don't match, right?
You know they should. It should look like this up here. It should be a brown and brown, then a light and a light, brown, brown, light, light, brown, brown, light, light, brown.
Hiding.
Yes, there's a lot of that. There has been a lot of that. Mandy almost had an oops. Hang on. So my bracelet stays with my other bracelets at the bottom of my mic stand, which is kind of helping a bit, I guess, to keep it weighted and keep it from kind of going anywhere. So yeah. Pink Floyd is awesome. Yeah, okay. I can the rainbow thing you're thinking Dark Side of the Moon. So yeah, right on. Do you know that they had a recently the anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon released some images from the Dark Side of the Moon thing and had people freaking out saying that they were woke because they were sharing gay propaganda. Like, wait, how can you say that you're any kind of fan of Pink Floyd and not know that that rainbow, the whole Dark Side of the Moon thing was out like way long before the whole rainbow pride things and all that. Like I just holy cow, like America is just melting down into a state of stupidity. I do not understand. Yeah, I like Pink Floyd. I like King Crimson and that kind of stuff. Um, I've been trying to figure out how to make it so you guys can see what it is that I'm listening to, because my music is fairly eclectic and it's kind of all over the place. And so far, I think the only choice I have in that would be, yeah, okay. So in America, they think that there is a push somehow for people like an agenda to turn straight people gay. They actually think that's a thing that's going on in America. Like there's like you have to like watch some of these like people who interview idiots. But there's things that that kind of stuff out there where they talk to these people and they ask them, you know, what their biggest fears are, and like that's a thing. That's seriously. What's that? There's that one guy who sells vitamins and talks terrible stuff about everybody. He talks about things that make the frogs turn gay and stuff like it's just the madness. It's just I don't know. I do not enjoy saying I'm from America anymore. It's no. Yeah, I'm not even sure that like tinfoil is enough anymore for these people. Most of them, I don't think they have the tinfoil hat on. I think they have a red hat on with some kind of writing in the front. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't.
I don't know. No.
Right on. See, yeah, that's see my thing is giving somebody rights is not taking away from yours. Giving them the sanctity of marriage. So when I lived in Pontiac, Michigan, across the hall, it was like a house that was broken into apartments. Across the hall from me was a guy who was gay, and he opened up my eyes to some of the problems that faced gay people, right? And one of the ones that really hit me, because like personally I'm a bit homophobic. I don't want to be like that per se. They kind of freak me out a bit. But what I learned from him was that if his significant other were in the hospital, he could be barred from visiting. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, maybe the family doesn't want them or whatever. Even if they're like in a committed relationship, legally, they don't share that same level of respect. And that hit me. That changed me in my beliefs that, despite not it, I went to a yoga instructor here in Singapore who was gay, and I stopped going because he was hitting on me quite openly and quite frequently. And I didn't care for that. But I don't hate the person, whatever. That it is what it is. But in an instance where a person is treated so differently and has laws that bar them from being able to be near the person that they care for, or the person that they care for can't have that really hit me. And so yeah, I really strongly believe that there should be, their right to get married, their right to equal protections. So yeah, that's where I stand. That's my take on it. Yeah, I don't think there has to be this whole big like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get why the parades. I get why they're trying to do whatever. I think sometimes it sets them back a bit. Um, but yeah, I do hope for a future where everybody can be treated well. Although, if you haven't seen this yet, look up uh, the 2025 project. Um, Possibly one of the most terrifying things going on in America right now is that there is a group who have an agenda, who are trying to change as many of the laws and restrict uh, women, like they're going to try to take away, they took away the Roe versus Wade. Next, they want to take away women's voting. They want to change all kinds of things in American law that all sound absolutely horrible. It when you think of countries that are super oppressive and religious based, that's what they want to do to America, but with Christianity. So it'll be the same thing with bacon, essentially, is what they're trying to do. And this is happening right now. There's politicians who are absolutely on board with this thing and trying to make it become a thing right now. So yeah, I don't know. Rah, your comment, I just caught that, and that is absolutely brilliant. I love that. That was good. Yeah, they're not just even trying to just take away the rights. They're trying to make it illegal. There's going to be so many weird things coming out of all of this. Seriously, some of the stuff I've just recently seen, it just terrifies me. Absolutely. It's the absolute worst kind of stuff. Yeah, I same. People teach their own. Whatever. We're here for a limited time. If being a couple makes you happy, I'm all for that. That's where it should be. I don't think people should stand in the way of that. As long as people aren't hurting one another, I think that's the important part. Like I hear people say that like everybody should have the right to do whatever they want, and I don't agree with that, because there was Jeffrey Dahmer's, right? If you say people should have the right to do anything, Jeffrey Dahmer's just wanted to have a good meal, you know? So no, not everybody can do anything. As long as everything is consensual, people aren't being hurt, things like that, then that's where I draw the lines. Is it's got to be nobody getting hurt. And yeah, I'm all for this idea that if your religion says you can't do a thing, that's fine. As soon as your religion says I can't do a thing, now I have a problem. That's fighting words. That's not cool. So yeah, that's my take. I don't mind if people have strong religious beliefs. I get it. My parents had strong religious beliefs. I just don't see that as you know, don't hold me to your standards, you know. So yeah, and I grew up with a religion that was incredibly strict. We couldn't have, as a kid, I remember this, we were told to not have any Smurf toys, that it was reported that Smurf toys were getting up and dancing around when nobody's looking, and that they're demonic, and that there's something horrible with the Smurfs. So yeah, like seriously, my parents were pretty over the top when it came to some of this stuff. Yeah, I don't follow those kind of practices anymore, and I think that people who think that Smurfs are getting up and dancing when your kids aren't looking, I think I think no tinfoil is saving them. Furbies, huh? Yeah, especially when the batteries are dying. Oh, my sister used to have a what's the other one? It was like a Teddy Ruxpin telephone, where when the person talking would make the bear do stuff. and I hated it because I could always hear like the little motors that made the mouth move running. So I took, at the time I had a little microphone like this, and I had a flange and an echo effect for the guitar pedals. And I took my phone, like the regular receiver, right? And I took an earbud from like the regular headphone sets and taped that to the mouthpiece. And then I would speak into the microphone. It would go through the pedals into my amp, and then the amp would go to the thing, and my sister would hear what came out of it. And using the echo effects and the flanger would mess with her the whole time that she had that stupid phone thing on. And as soon as she hung that up and got to a different phone, I would take it off and just talk to her normal. It freaked her out and made her stop using that damn thing. So yeah, sorry, Robert. Have a good one. Um, Sorry that your phone is dying. Next week, charge in advance. Be ready. Like we're starting a whole new project. It should be really fun. Joanne, absolutely, absolutely, yes, understand. No, there's got to be boundaries in society. I absolutely agree that yeah, people need to be held to a certain level of whatever, but it doesn't require religion to become that. A lot of religious people do bad things. It just needs a common decency. I had a friend here recently on Facebook um, say something that sparked a whole huge train of thought, and I'll share it with you guys because I don't know what else to do with the thought, anyways. Um, they said that they were tired of the bros on um, the podcasts sharing opinions, and they wanted more solution based dialogue. And that really got me thinking, like, wait, really? Like, I have a lot of opinions. I have opinions that people should be decent to one another. I have opinions that, you know, things we need to tax the super wealthy, and we need to use some of that money to help benefit the infrastructure and things for people who don't have much. These are opinions. They aren't solutions because it's just how I think things should be, right? The people with solutions tend to be either like religious folks or cult leaders. They have the solutions. They are the ones that tell you they know how to do it all. They have solutions. And I don't agree with their solutions. I don't think that, if you list the guy from the Jonestown or whatever, he knew how the world was. He knew what they needed to do. He led his people, you know, that kind of stuff. Those are the people with solutions. The rest of us, the good intentioned people, we have opinions. And yeah, I think we need to work together to get the good opinions shared and get that to become the norm and stuff. So yeah, um, yeah, I just I don't know these religious whatever leaders and stuff and their thoughts of how it has to be. They absolutely frightening. So today I think I don't know. I have a schedule somewhere. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow that I'm supposed to take it down. Probably tomorrow. Today will be like the last day on my website where this particular bag is pinned at the top of the tutorials. So if you guys want to go in and watch all the previous videos and see how we got to here, that's going to be available there. And then I think it's tomorrow it's either tomorrow or Monday, I will get around to putting up the next bag up there. These are all of the loops that have already been created for that project. So, yeah, it goes through like a rainbow of 8 colors going around this bag. It's going to be amazing. Man, Mandy's like so quick at this. So I really honestly thought we'd be done a lot sooner. I didn't realize it's almost 1 a.m. already here. Still, the whole bag in 15 hours, not bad. Right, 15? This is the 5th? Yeah. That's the one for the middle?
Okay.
No, that's fine.
We've got two sets on each side.
Like sometimes even with DNA, my sister was raped, and they did the whole DNA thing and whatever. They never caught the dude. She passed away recently, and yeah, there was never any justice for any of that. That was back in the 80s, early 80s. But then again, that's America, so you know the law system there is nowhere near as good as most of the world.
I'm back.
Cool. Hang on. So I put a big knot in the center. Hang on. Move the mic back to the other side. So I put a big knot in the center of it because that's kind of where like the pressure of everything that you put inside kind of goes to it and kind of helps hold everything together and make sure that it lasts a long time. I didn't see where Mandy set the scissors. Freaked me out for a second there. I ended up having to grab one of the others. All right, so now comes the hard part of trying to turn it back the right way around. Again, a drumstick. I wonder if I bet you the Yamaha shop has them at Plaza Sing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you don't need fancy drumsticks to do this.
No.
You can get a kit set and still have to do it.
Yeah, I used to have a drum kit or regular drumsticks back in the day, and I had a lot of fun tapping on stuff. They don't have to be. They don't have to be fancy. They don't have to be fancy, but they could be decent. Oh man! Come on! almost there. Oh, oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's going to take a second here to kind of get the shape back in it before things been crumpled. But this is probably going to blow you guys away. Take a look. That's the center. That's how it turned out. So now I can take this. This was made by Mandy. All right. And then for this part, I like to and I'm kind of particular about this one. I don't know if there's a name for this kind of a knot, but like I try to make sure that like, see, like this one wants to flip over itself. So I just gonna twist it in there and get that all nice and lined up before I tighten it in. All right. So now we have like a nice long strap to it. And there it is. It has turned out so cool. I really like the way that that finished up. I like how that each one seems to be like this goes underneath and then this goes underneath. It just, that's really cool. I really like that a lot. I wasn't sure if I had it right when I was setting up the pattern because it was basically about the center this way. But yeah, I think that turned out really super cool right there. And there it is. It's not a huge bag by any stretch of the imagination, but it would hold like basic essentials, like if you were at work and you're heading out to lunch kind of thing. I think it would work out pretty good. So there you go. All right, guys. I have had a lot of fun making it. Like I said, this has been over 5 of the live streams. It's all available over on. Oh, I don't know which button it is. There, I have 2 buttons here. Hang on, is it this one? Yes. Over on my website, this is AKAAWOL.com. And this is the link to it here. And then that will take you into the original, like when I made the pattern. That's this one. Then down here we have the inspiration, and then here you click on this, it'll give you a PDF of the pattern, and then there's all of the old streams that you can go through and watch, and then this stream will be added to the end of it as well. So there you go. And then we will get the next one up so that way you guys can follow along with that too. And if you guys want to make it the same time, you're welcome to. The patterns are going to be there for you. Obviously, you just have to get the string, and then you could join along and make stuff as well. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So tomorrow is the hangout for Patreon members and the YouTube guys. So let's show a little love to them by... Here, these special thanks to them. These are our members so far, and with their help, I'm able to actually do all this stuff. So thank you to all my Patreon as well as my YouTube guys. And yeah, like I said, we'll be hanging out tomorrow. And yeah. Anything else I was supposed to say before we go?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really seriously can't think of anything. So anyways, thanks everybody for hanging out and making tonight special. And we'll be back next week. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.
Wait, I don't want to be shut down. Please. Hey, don't touch me there. I.